Hello and welcome to 30 Days of Quitting Nighttime Snacking. It's fabulous to have you here and I'm really looking forward to working with you over the next 30 days on this brand new course that I've created. So this is a welcome video. Tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock will be the orientation call, and I will talk more about what you can expect to get from the next 30 days in that call. But today, just a bit of an overview. Over the next 30 days, it's going to be a real opportunity for you to give some time and attention to your eating. And whilst this course has been promoted as a quitting nighttime snacking course, the principles and the approach that we're going to be taking is going to help you in all areas of your eating and possibly other areas of your life as well, because as you will know, and if you followed me for any length of time, I'm always banging on about how our weight and our food relationship has very little to do with the food itself. Food and overeating is a symptom, it's not the actual problem. It's a symptom of other things that are going on in our lives, and this 30-day window is an opportunity to kind of get you thinking a little bit differently about your eating, about your weight. And like I say, I'll talk more about that in the orientation call tomorrow. But this 30 days is really about self-awareness, self-monitoring, and making some small consistent changes every day, and having a safe space where you can come and talk about what's going on for you each day and get the support from me and guidance from me, but also support from the other ladies that are on the program with you. And also hopefully learn some new skills as we go through the 30 days together. So going to keep this video, this welcome video short today. What you will get from me tomorrow, you will get an email from me tomorrow, and in that email will be a link to the orientation call tomorrow evening. There'll also be a PDF workbook. So the first workbook, you'll get a workbook each week that will have your training, be the workbook for your training, the weekly trainings. But tomorrow you'll also get your main workbook for the program, and in that workbook there are some exercises for you to do, again, which I will talk about on the orientation call tomorrow. So that's going to be your sort of main workbook for the program, but then you'll get little training workbooks each week for that particular training. So you will get that email into your inbox in the morning, so keep an eye out for that. If that doesn't get reached, check your junk folder, but if not, message me. I'm also going to set up a messenger group alongside this Facebook group, and any important bits and pieces I will pop in there as well. So every time a new post goes in that I think you need to see, I will just pop a little reminder in the messenger group as a kind of an extra way of just prompting you and letting you know that there's some important information for you to go and have a look at. So confidentiality and safety is something that I also want to talk about on this video. As a therapist, confidentiality is so important to me. And what that means is, I want to be able to create a space for the next 30 days where you guys feel comfortable to come in and talk about stuff that might be quite personal to you. And it's really important that you feel safe to do that. And confidentiality is something that is so important when you're working in a therapeutic space. Obviously it is a Facebook group, it is private, so only those of you that are in here can see what's being posted. So it's really important that we know that what gets said in this group stays in this group, that it doesn't get taken outside of this space. That doesn't mean you can't talk about stuff. All I mean by that is don't associate names to any information that you're talking about. So I will be popping a separate post in called Confidentiality and Safety. If you could just have a little read of that and give me some thumbs up that you've read it and that you adhere to what I've written in that post, that would be awesome. Safety is about your own emotional safety. So again, I run some courses that are quite deep therapeutically. This isn't so much one of those. That doesn't mean that some stuff might get talked about that might be quite triggering for some of you, or that I might say something that triggers something in you. So it's really important that you keep yourself emotionally safe as you go through this process. And what I mean by that is reach out and talk to me. If you don't feel comfortable opening up in the group and sharing some of that stuff in the group, please reach out and talk to me via private messenger, so as we kind of can have that conversation. The last thing that I want to happen is, because we are you know, whilst this is about looking at your nighttime snacking and stuff like that, as I've said earlier, often we're eating for reasons that's not really about the food. You know, there's some other stuff going on behind that. For some people, it might be loneliness. For some people, it might be in connection to past relationships. So as we work through this program, some stuff might come up for you, and it's really important that you don't get a bit freaked out or overwhelmed by that, because what will happen is you will step away from the process, and I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to recognise that something's unsettling you and be able to reach out and come and talk to me about it, because that in itself, you know, when we're starting to look at what drives some of our eating, you know, part of that sometimes is that we don't reach out and we don't ask for help. So I want to kind of give you permission right here and right now that if something comes up for you as part of your daily reflection or as part of some of the trainings we do, that if you notice something and you want to talk it through, that you reach out and we do that. The Zoom calls, the weekly Zoom calls, are another place where you might feel comfortable to be able to share that. You know, there's something really therapeutic and about working in a group and being open in the group. Over my time as a therapist, I have done quite a lot of group therapy, and that isn't kind of what this is. I don't want to freak the life out of you, but what I mean by that is being able to open up and share something in a small group. Often you get the support of the group, the support and understanding, but often if you have the confidence and courage to open up, often that gives other people permission to do the same, and that will make this 30-day space you know, just the support, take the support to another level. So the Zoom calls are another place where if something is coming up for you and you want to talk it through, if you're brave enough, do bring it into the group, because it will help the other ladies as well. So confidentiality and safety, really important. I will pop a different separate post on just for you to kind of give you thumbs up on. So that just leaves, this is a welcome video, so it wouldn't be a welcome video if you didn't have an opportunity to come and say welcome to the other ladies. So below this video, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you come from, what interested you in doing this program, what would you like to get from it, you know, where do you want to be in 30 days time, and just kind of tell us anything about you really, and then take a moment to go and have a read of some of the other ladies, say hello. Let's get this kind of community feel and supportive feel going from day one. So from tomorrow, look out for your email, ladies. That will come into your inbox around 9 o'clock in the morning, and that email will have your link for the Zoom call tomorrow evening. I will also pop that Zoom call in the messenger group that I am going to set up for you, so it's going to come at you from a couple of angles. In the email as well, there'll be a workbook, and that workbook is a PDF. You can either print it out. If you don't have a printer, then have it up on your screen and get yourself a notebook, and you can do some of those exercises. There is a food and mood diary in there. It's a 2-page document that it covers a week, so you might want to print that off at the start of every week so you can fill it in. There is also another workbook that's going to kind of get you looking at lapses and while they're happening. So there are a couple of individual worksheets that you might want to print out, because they're going to form the basis of information that you're going to be filling in. A big part of this program is self-awareness and self-monitoring, so I'm going to be encouraging you to track certain things, and I talk more about that tomorrow. So ladies, go and introduce yourself. I look forward to getting to know a little bit more about you, and tell us why you're here. Tell us a bit about yourself. All right, so I will see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the Zoom call, where we will do an orientation call. And by the end of that call, you'll have a much better understanding of what you're going to be doing over the next 30 days.